being replaced by no relation, Zviad Majzoradze.
The sixth, Majzoradze, the one with depart in the field, has had a wonderful game. His tackle, his cover, they hug each other as he heads off the field. Asked and given everything to his team.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Georgia's such a powerful unit, but this is Stringer.
He's had to kick it off sideways. The pressure coming on from the scrum. Ball popped out.
Ball had already gone from 8 before.
Again, you just see that the panic measures that Stringer had more time. He could have shifted it away. There was no pressure on O'Gara. Someone else in a better position could have made the kick. But when it's not going well for you, you look to the safety of the touchline. But the Georgians will slow it down. They know they only need one score. They'll just focus on territory at the moment and patience.
Jogadze. And Georgia asking so many questions of Ireland, and Ireland haven't got many answers.
And so the arm wrestle begins again. Yard by yard, inch by inch. McAnally, on the outside centre channel, is in the sprinters' starting blocks. If this comes out, he is shifting.
It needs to be delivered to him. Georgia content to keep it tight. And they're getting plenty of joy in that regard too. Still they drive. And Ireland will have to put in.
They knew it was coming. Eddie O'Sullivan's talked all week about hand-to-hand combat. They've got in the darkness of the close and the tight spaces, and they're happy to take this Irish team on. They feel they've got the beating of them up front. There's all sorts of meetings going on with Ireland. They almost need less meetings. They need some of their big players to get hold of this ball and lead them.
One thing I would say, Will, is that Georgia are in danger of running out of players.
Yeah, the effort they gave against the Argentines, the effort they've given tonight, just starting to take its toll. They're all dropping, they'll be cramped. There might be an element of gamesmanship, there might be an element of just slowing it down. Let's stay down here.
How big a scrum can Georgia manage here? Leamy picks up for Ireland.
Oh.
And then loses the ball to Skinnin. They'll go back for the first knock-on. Georgian put in.
Saw the opportunity, had the ball in one hand, a great tackle, slapped it out of his hands. Poor ball control. Dennis has not had one of his better games at number 8. Been such a consistent performer here, just slapped down.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage, middle. 9 onside.
Samkaradze. Datunashvili.
The other thing that will frustrate, of course, the Irish, they know how important this bonus point is, and the longer it takes, Kvirikashvili's dropped for the drop goal.
It is Kvirikashvili.
Second one just wide. Could expect a couple more of those in the closing stages to try and get them back within one score.
Georgia at the moment on course to win their first World Cup point.
Will Ireland concede possession and go long, or will they try and regather and make it a competitive restart? England last night kept going long, kept gifting possession back to South Africa. Ireland change of tack, knowing how important it is to get their hands back on the ball.
O'Connell challenged for it.
And the 50-50 ball swept up by the Georgians again.
whatever happens from here on in, it's a landmark night for Georgian rugby.
He's been warming up for about 15 minutes. It finally came. Good defence. They'll use the short side as their friend.
Kashvili. Lots of people thought they were good against Argentina. Everybody will think they've been good this evening.
Yeah, I suppose there's a danger of us talking about how bad Ireland have been and perhaps not giving Georgia the credit that they deserve. They've been brave, they've been courageous, they've had the simple game plan, they've stuck to it, they've competed for everything, they've charged for everything, they've made bad kicks into good kicks.
And Ireland's much vaunted three-quarter line hasn't had much of a chance to strut its collective stuff. Hickey's boot.
Been sterile tonight, just had no attacking prowess, no thrust.
Jukashvili. Here's a check on tomorrow's rugby schedule. There are 3 more live games. From 12:30, Fiji against Canada, followed by Samoa versus Tonga, and then the evening kickoff from Toulouse, France against Namibia. Coverage from 7:30. All 3 of those games will be on ITV4.
I'll be in Toulouse for the France game, another Northern Hemisphere giants. Can you believe the home nation lost their home game on opening night? They are under pressure. Huge changes from the French team.
No team has ever gone on to win the Rugby World Cup having lost in the pool stages. Stringer. O'Gara, neat footwork, it needed to be.
Mashkinelli saw a rib cage. He likes rib cages.
One man stole.
Leamy.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty. Or even a turnover. Didn't need the penalty. I'll just have it. Thank you very much.
Another turnover conceded by Ireland. And then wasted by Georgia.
Yeah, they've had a couple of turnovers recently, Georgia. They just snatched at it. They've done well. They've made the initial turnover. Then's the time for cool heads. Almost tackled Mashkinelli. So keen to get involved. Come in and try to support his man going into the contact and smash the ball out of his hand. Get involved. Come in and try to support his man going into the contact and smash the ball out of his hand. Puma will be a front row call for the forwards. There'll be a solid scrum. Try and keep it straight. Give them a platform. Give them a launching pad. That's a better pass. Invited him onto it.
Darcy. Stringer.
Again, in front of the man.
O'Gara to Horgan to Dempsey. Hickey was waiting patiently outside him. Back it comes with O'Gara. O'Driscoll. Big John Hayes protecting it for Stringer. Well held by Horgan.
See what poor precision can do. It just takes the momentum out of a move.
Turnover ball again.
Someone will boot it downfield any second now.
Sam Karadza. Georgia continue to shock and surprise.
Watch stop. People going down like flies in backfield. Is that O'Driscoll?
It is.
Cameron Steele, the Irish physio, and Gary O'Driscoll, his doctor, the Lions doctor, Stonyhurst educated.
Like someone else.
Junior school. Ian Bolshaw as well, Kieran Bracken. Guy used to be at Ampleforth. Gary O'Driscoll, top doctor. Cameron Steele, great physio. They'll be aware how important it is to keep O'Driscoll on this field. They need his leadership, his know-how, his ability to close out games and make something out of nothing.
O'Gara. Jukashvili. How about that?
Huge amounts of space. The Irish backfield covering very poorly indeed then from a kick downfield. Gets a fraction of luck. He didn't kick it as well as you want. And sometimes they pop up on the second bounce and invite the fullback onto it. Back kept low and low and low and dribbled and went on. Puts pressure on Flannery now. to think you're going into the last 15 minutes of a test match between Ireland and Georgia, and there's 4 points in it.
Would have been inconceivable before the start of this game, and certainly before the start of this tournament.
You hear Wayne Barnes talking about Gorgodze. They're going through the gate. We talked about it earlier. He's counter-rucking from the giant Georgian, who've been fantastic all evening.
And even if Ireland win tonight, it's going to be another of those victories that'll feel like a defeat.
Oh, certainly will. Certainly will. To go into the French game and then the Argentina game the week after on the back of a poor result against Namibia, and so far a terrible performance against the Georgians. Lack of composure, lack of ball control, lack of discipline, poor kicking game.
Sam Karadze. Now it's Maisaradze. Ireland have made a change in the front row. John Hayes has gone off. Simon Best is on. This pick and drive that Georgia have used to such effect. Chekashvili.
Hands away, Green!
Maisaradze.
Shakinin scored the interception try, now he wants another one through a driving maul. He's in the middle of it.
Inching closer to the Ireland line. Ireland expected to be playing most of the game at the other end of the pitch. Closer still. And they drive for the line. Right up to the line. Datunashvili.
Turn him over. They turned him over.
Ireland think they've turned it over. And they have.
But run the clock back, because Georgia will just do exactly the same that they've just done. If they can secure possession, the line out, they will drive, they will sap the Irish energy. Got within inches there of a try that could have robbed them, could have won the game. They've taken a quick line out.
Ireland also changing their scrum half. Isaac Voss, the man from Waikato, replaces Peter Stringer.
Just Peter Stringer hasn't had any sort of platform today to release his backs, hasn't had any sort of options in terms of the runners. They've been smashed backwards in the tackle. He's been digging the ball out. It's been a nightmare ride for the Irish scrum half.
The possession here, a bonus for Ireland.
And the thing is, Ireland can't go chasing a bonus point here. They need to close the game out. They can't go from too deep.
They need 2 more tries for a bonus point. Argentina only achieved it with the last move of the match.
I think at this stage they're going to be relieved to get off the field with a victory, never mind a 5-point and a bonus point.
Giogadze. That man mountain, Gorgodze, gathers it in. Sam Karadze. Kvirakashvili. Takes 3 Irishmen to make the tackle.
And still made the yard. Well, that's forward, isn't it?
Apparently not. Gorgodze. Sam Karadze to Kvirakashvili. Shvelitsa. Well, this is a Herculean effort from Georgia.
Oh, a long-range drop goal.
From some considerable distance, but Jukashvili made reasonable contact. It was always left of the post, though.
And again, Ireland now have to try and regather this restart. They'll look to kick left. The Georgians there, really, a real sense of urgency from the Georgians. They're sniffing an unbelievable upset.
Well, it would rank right up there with the greatest of World Cup shocks down the years. Were Georgia to regain the lead and hold on to it. The very fact that they did lead in this game for a full 15 minutes will be enough to write a new chapter in their relatively brief rugby history.